Looking to transform your family game nights? At Perfectly Picked Games, we specialize in family games that bring everyone closer. Our games aren't just fun. Kids and teens will learn how to take turns, develop basic strategy skills, and understand the thrill of winning and grace of losing. With our exclusive gift of games, you can give months of gaming excitement to your family. Choose a 3-month or 6-month gift, and we'll deliver hand-picked family games to your doorstep every month. And here's the best part. Right now, you can use the promo code GOLDENMOJO and receive 20% off your selected plan. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer. Use promo code GOLDENMOJO and save 20% today at Perfectly Picked Games.
I absolutely love Miley Cyrus.
Give me some sugar.
Say hello.
I see you coming down the
What's
aisle.
up there, call boys?
Break me in the mouth. Yes.
You have failed.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Call Guys podcast. I'm Gunner, also known as Chico Noise, 3-time Power Rangers host. And alongside me, as always, it's Juan, the Red Ranger 4-3, and back for the final Rotten Rangers episode, we have Logan and the Skywalker.
What's up?
Nothing.
Thank you, boys, for coming along this journey with us.
It's been I'd like to say it's been a pleasure, but it's been a ride of emotions. So
I'm just happy
to be here, guys. Happy to be here.
Just here so I don't get fined.
I'm happy you came back for all 3, Skywalker.
me too.
He's drinking
Are
a
you
freaking Kool-Aid.
I love that Kool-Aid. Is that
Kool-Aid
great?
Jammer.
That's great,
great,
dog.
No,
That's
not
great.
Jammer.
Great.
What
That's
is this
right.
called?
This is the closest thing I can get to a Squeeze It, man. I miss Squeeze It. So
My daughter just had me buy a 6-pack of those for her today.
daughter's got good taste. Well, depending on the flavor.
Is it grape?
Yeah, grape. Yeah, that's what's up.
It's only flavor of anything anybody should ever have.
Yeah, grape is good, dog.
Motion
Nothing-
passes.
Nothing to say there, Colton.
Motion passes. Everyone knows I love being graped in the mouth. So
Yep.
It's true.
You
heard it.
buy 2 6-packs of this, you get a free grape whistle.
Thank you. Thank you. Was that
Those whitest kids you know.
Whitest kid you know? I
Whitest
couldn't think.
kid you know.
I was about to say college
R.I.P.
kids.
Trevor Moore. The guy was a genius.
Yeah.
So sad when he went out.
OG
That's
YouTube.
good stuff. Oh man, I could quote whitest kids you know all day long. Still to this day, anytime we shoot somebody in the head when we're playing video games, me and all my homies go, "Oh man, you ricked him." They're like, "That's not cool, man. Rick was our friend." That's good
so
stuff.
good. Yep. Sometimes I miss that age of YouTube. Now it's all just
Yeah, I don't think YouTube, like now kids, if they would have started with the same time as these like OG YouTubers started, I don't know if they'd have made it, because they would have went after them big time.
It's fair.
yeah, they were kind of brutal.
Kinda.
Why most of them are gone now.
Yeah, it's true.
Either canceled, dead, or retired from YouTube completely.
I don't know. Anthony and Ian bought back Smosh, so
Well, that's true.
that's always good.
Do you shut your mouth? Shane Top kept that company alive.
He did. Shane Top, the man, the Disney legend,
Chosen.
the chosen. I am the chosen. Yeah, good stuff. How's it going, guys? Anything
Going.
exciting going on?
Was it yesterday? Somebody tried to break into my my job at night, apparently. Clearly cracked out of their brain though, because like we've got barbed wire, right? And then we got a chain link fence. They cut the chain link fence from top to bottom and parted it to walk through it. But then they also cut the barbed wire up top. So I'm like, what came first? Did you cut the barbed wire? And you're like, nah, I'm not going to hop the fence. If I'm going to leave with stuff, I need to go through it. So then they cut the fence. They tried to cut through the chain on my door and gave up with like a centimeter of metal left. So I spent all yesterday rewiring the fence, rewiring the barbed wire, all that jazz. So that was neat.
change the pace of work.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah. I mean, we hadn't had somebody break in like 10 years, and like they never get in the building. Like 10 years ago, somebody broke in and stole our trailer. So they clearly knew what they were doing and what they wanted.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's fun.
yeah, sure. Fun.
Yeah.
That's a word I'd use.
Skywalker.
Nothing, man. Work.
Yeah, I
Work,
hear
work, work, work,
Chippendales is busy this time of year.
It
So
is.
yeah.
Especially for a
Hmm.
guy with a great dad bod.
Yep. Well, that's fair. Making them daddy dollars.
I'm trying to think what they called Murr and Impractical Jokers when he was on stage. I cannot think of what it was, but that would be your name.
I always think of Chris Farley in the Chippendale skit.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Juan?
Man, I've been busy, man. I've been busy. I went to Indy Monday night, watched
Yep.
the Celtics spank the Pacers, get that sweep. Suck it, all you Pacer fans out there. In the finals again. 7 of the last 9 Eastern Conference finals, back-to-back finals appearances. Watch out. Boston is doing it this year. Got the broom out, swept up all them Pacer fans. Jake, Jordan, Caden from work.
I'm assuming
Molly
this
from
is the
Breeze work.
basketball, right? This is
Oh
the
yeah, this is
basketball?
the basketball.
Yeah.
The basketball. Okay. I
The
got you.
b-ball.
I got a fist bump from Flavor Flav.
We bragging about that?
Heck yeah, we're bragging about
Okay.
that.
All right. Is that ever?
I got a wave from Donnie Wahlberg as he was
Wonderful
on the
Wahlberg.
floor, and I was 20 rows up, and I yelled Donnie. got a nice little wave.
Probably startled him that somebody knew who he was.
Oh no, he was taking pictures with folks. So yeah, my Monday night was pretty busy. Still recovering from that night, essentially. But I'm getting there. But I am feeling old. I'll say that.
Every day. Every day. I've always slept with a fan right in front of my face. Like, I mean, like right in my grill, like full blast. And now I'm like having to contemplating moving the fan away from me because now it's like 33 years. I never had allergies or anything, but now this fan's drying me out.
Oh
And
dang.
it's killing me. So I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to do here? It's like, do I suffer or do I move the fan? And I'm leaning towards suffer. So we'll see.
Never been one to sleep with a fan.
Well, if you ever had Skylar in your bedroom, you would want to sleep with a fan.
I've heard Skylar, you are
He
I
gets
see
all
from his-
logs, bro.
He gets it
Yeah.
from his father.
Between that and pictures of Naomi Scott, man, it was
You're not making it. Yeah, just don't sleep in
Yeah.
a bed with Skylar.
yeah, you
Just
got a
don't
lot of
sleep in the
things
same room
working
at all.
against you.
yeah.
And then I got a shout out to flipping ISO cam, brother. What are you doing? You going on Tusop and you're running your mouth?
I was
Man,
gonna-
every G dang joke he had was for me.
I was
What's up with
gonna
that?
I was gonna
What's up
ask you
with
about that. I haven't made it through the whole episode yet because I had to pause.
Oh, there's more.
I had to pause to recover mentally after the sex change question, and they all got a little too into it, and I got super uncomfortable, and I was like, no, stop it for a little. So I'll tap back in when my brain whips back.
I was
But-
laughing so hard through that.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
Speaking of TUSAP, if you are a member of their Patreon, a tier 3 member, I don't know, Logan, what are those members called? Do you know? Can't remember what they're called. Something.
No, your dad picked all names that were kind of like, I know Haskins Hoodlums.
Yeah, yep. That's one.
I'm still mad at him for putting our flagship character at the first tier. What the hell is that about?
That's true. What is he doing? I don't know, but
Everybody's mean to the Scarecrow. It's not right.
if you're a member of the TUSAP Patreon, I will be on there for Trivia Part 2. I hosted it, did that last night. It was a blast.
Trivia
Okay, so
part
back
one,
to
I
me
got
lighting
robbed.
up Cam, okay? I ain't done with him yet. He attacked me personally.
He
Suck
did.
it, Cam. Second of all, attacked my Celtics. Suck it again, Cam, because your Pistons suck. Okay. And if you got a problem, thirdly, you get on here on the call, guys, and you come and talk to my face. I'm tired of dealing with you because you know what? I'll make the trip to Louisville. I will make the trip down south there. Okay.
Louisville.
Louisville. He doesn't want none of that Louisville shit. Okay,
That's right.
what kind of names is Pistons and Celtics? What the fuck is a Celtic? Did somebody tell me that?
It's an Irish name. It's an Irish thing.
Like it sounds like Celtic, but
It's
not.
exactly it's Celtic. If you were in Ireland, they would call it the Celtics.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's in Boston.
Oh, okay. So Boston accent on Celtic. I get you. I get you. That's
Boston.
fair. And then
And the
you're gonna name
Detroit
your team after
Pistons.
Piston.
Detroit Pistons, GM, the Motor City.
Yeah. GM like went under multiple times. Why you can be proud about that?
I'm not a Pistons fan. Your boy
I know. I'm
ISO.
asking ISO.
Yeah. I mean, they're trash, so might as well give him a trash nickname.
I'm pretty sure that, Team Tejas started the beef with the call guys, but I'm pretty sure I'm the person in the Golden Image universe that fucks with Colton the least.
This is very true.
Just
I don't know
saying.
what it is. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. We won't be ripping off the call guys and the other side. At least I won't.
I appreciate
Oh no,
that.
you just gave
Jeremy
Jay
can
an
do.
opportunity.
Jeremy's gonna do what Jeremy's gonna do.
He will do.
What you listening to? What you watching?
Yeah, I heard that on Tucson today.
Yeah.
Gunnar, what about you, brother?
In-laws are here tonight, and they came to stay for the night to see Sophia, so they're here. And I cooked up some big old ribeyes. And they were pretty good. Sophia started crawling ish. So she's more like scooting across the floor. So move.
It's the start of
mobile.
the end, sir.
She's mobile. What else? Filming a wedding this weekend, so that's fun.
Nice.
New Paris, the town I live in, has community-wide garage sales this weekend, so people are parked up and down my street, like you can't even drive through. And people, here's the problem with it: people don't stop. People drive between the cars, and they just slowly go by and watch and look to see if they see anything they want, instead of stopping and getting out and walking up. So I'm trying to pull in my driveway, and there's a white van, just 5 mile an hour.
Any other time of the year, that's a red flag. Just a van, slow roll in your neighborhood. And you're like,
Yeah.
Let's roll the window down and say, "Hey, buddy."
I was like, this is the whole week. I'm glad I'm not here on Saturday because that'd be the whole weekend. So.
Yeah.
Oof.
Other than that, not a whole lot. Just chilling, hanging out, going camping with the Skywalker and the boys here in a couple weekends. I'm excited for that.
The boys.
It's gonna be a good time. It's our second annual camping trip, so it's gonna be a good time.
My annual camping trip's not till November.
We actually have
Renaissance.
our kayaks and canoes booked this year, so we don't have to worry about that.
Good choice.
Yep.
Smart man.
I learned.
You're better people than me because I would have just had my homies hold on to the side of the kayak and we just went down the river that way. We getting wet some way or another.
Yep. So that'll be a good time. Other than that, not a whole lot. I'm excited to get into our movie tonight, but I do want to hit up an email, and Colton already mentioned him. It's ISOCAM. And this is for Logan. And it says, just because Logan wants an email.
Ah, that's sweet.
He said, I did listen to the last episode on Drop. I just don't know squat about the Rangers. So I wasn't traveling into unknown grounds. I know Transformers, Beetleborgs, and Dino Squad. And I got an idea. Too bad it's just above rotten at 61%. Dun, dun, dun. The call guys watch American Pie. I'd love to see the guys do or go raunchy.
I love American Pie. There's a lot of the Band Camp. Great movie. Naked Mile, fantastic movie. Like the spinoff ones, there's a lot of good.
Yeah, Naked Mile's great.
There's a few bad. There's for sure.
Yeah.
But Stifler's one of those characters, just like Dean from Supernatural and stuff, that shaped my my vocabulary growing up because I watched it so much. So.
Yeah.
Makes more sense now.
Yeah, it is what it is. ISO pops in the stream every now and then, and he when he hops in there, he's asking all sorts of questions because he ain't got a clue what's going on.
He's dedicated,
That's what you're supposed to do. It's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, learn. That's what my stream's about, teaching people things.
That dude is overly dedicated. He's on every single podcast, listening, emailing, chit chatting. He's gonna be on podcasts here in the future besides TwoSat. That'll be exciting.
Nice.
Good member of the team. That's for sure. All right, you guys ready for question of the pod?
Sure.
Little backstory to this one. If you listen to, oh gosh, when did Golden Jay announce that? Golden Image podcast, I think, this past week.
I didn't get to it this yet.
Said that the call guys have an announcement. I don't think I even told Colton about this.
So
I think I've showed you
the
the
call
picture.
guy has an announcement.
Yeah, it sounds
the
like Gunner
call
has an
guy.
announcement. That's cool. That's
Yes,
cool.
and
Yeah,
this
cool.
is mostly thanks to Skylar's wife, Jessica. We were at Aspen's soccer game a few weekends ago.
I know
And talking to Sophia and Sarah was sitting behind me, and I said something, and it must have rhymed with beer because Jess turns around and goes, "Did you say Sophia likes beer?" And I said, "Yeah, she likes IPAs." And she goes, "Infant pale ales?" And I was like, "That is a shirt." So on goldenmojoent.com, you can go to the merch store and find the Golden Mojo Brewing IPA Infant Pale Ale t-shirt. And it's actually pretty nifty. So yeah, you have to go check that out. Colton, I don't think I told you about that, but hey, there's a new shirt.
Hey, I love finding out stuff here on the Call Guys podcast. So just call me the Emperor, 2 or something. I don't know. That's cool. That's cool.
Yes. So yeah,
Cool.
definitely a spur of the moment thing. I will be sharing it all over because I think that there's some dads out there that might want to wear an IPA shirt. I know I would.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw it. It was I saw it the other, was it last week when you weren't in the thing
I
yet?
think I did screen share it with you
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I probably could have screen shared it right now and shown everybody. I'll pop it in the video right here. But no, yeah. So look for that on Facebook. Go check out goldenmojoent.com merch store. Get all your Golden Mojo Entertainment merchandise. So, question of the pod is, what is your favorite alcoholic beverage? What is your go-to alcoholic beverage?
It's easy. It's 2-turn tea for me. I drink
Dude,
it all the time.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I have like 12 of them upstairs. Did not like them.
It's not for everybody. That's for sure. I don't do carbonation, and I like tea, so I dig them. And I like right now I'm drinking their Living Lemonade, 8%. I dig it too.
I bought them last year when we went down to Shades because I'm a big fan of 2-turn Tony on TikTok. And yeah, I was like, these would be all right if I mixed them with some sweet tea.
Well, my favorite thing to do is mix them with lemon vodka. So it's like like an Arnold Palmer, but it gets me messed up.
Yeah.
It's one of those drinks that has to be like really cold though, because I don't drink them warm. They're not good warm.
That might have been the problem because I don't remember when we tried them out at Shades if they were like ice cold.
They got to be ice cold. Like I said, their lemonades are really good. They just put out a juice. It's called Breezy. It's 8%, and it's like coconut and like 2 other juices mixed together. That's all right. I'm not a big coconut dude, but the lemonades are really good. And like I said, I like the teas. And then they got the new 8% tea that's pretty solid too.
How many of those you drink at night?
Enough.
I don't know. Nice. Skywalker?
Man, it's a tough question. Big fan of Saint Germain's.
Oh yeah. Give me some Saint Germain's.
I'm really into Sun King Brewing's cream ales right now. But yeah, I don't drink a lot.
That's all right. I don't think Colton does either.
It's been a while, man. Ever since my little health scare, I can't really drink it. So I should say I could drink it. I choose not to drink it. So, but back in the day, it was a Guinness. Like,
oh yeah,
anybody, like you see guys, shotgun Bush Lights or Bud Lights. I could shotgun a Guinness in
God,
no time.
I love Guinness, but shotgunning a Guinness, like that is a thick ass beer to shotgun.
Do you remember the one time your dad came over?
Yeah, and you started chugging. He's like, wait, I wanted to try that.
Yeah, no, he talked about that on one of the podcasts.
He did,
like
yeah.
way back in the day. That's the good thing about two-turn tea. It's not carbonated, so you can shotgun that thing no problem. No bubbles, no nothing. I could not
Nobody's
fathom shotgunning a Guinness though.
Oh, it's
Freaking
delicious.
madman.
It's delicious.
Mm.
Ooh. What about you, Gunnar?
Oh man, now I want a Guinness, and I don't think I have one in the fridge down here. But man, I've been on a hazy IPA kick. I love hazies. I don't know if it's the grapefruit or what, but they're so good. I actually just had one, and goes really good with a nice medium steak.
Just start chewing on hops at this point.
God, no, man. I had a triple when I was in Pennsylvania last time, and I don't think I would ever go that far. That stuff.
I can't do the extremely hoppy stuff. Like at this point, like I'm the least experienced alcoholic on this side of Texas with my family because all of them drink like religiously,
Mhm.
and it's always beer. And then every time I go to my dad's house, Jeremy's there, not Emperor Jeremy, but my brother-in-law Jeremy and my dad. And somebody always hands me a glass of some kind of brown liquid, and they're like, "Try this," and it tastes like I took a bite out of a hickory piece of charcoal from a grill. And I'm just like, ah, and they're like, "That's good stuff right there." And I was like, "Okay, if you don't like yourself, that's fine, whatever."
Yep, they're a big fan of all that whiskey and stuff that's smoked or whatever.
I did drink almost half a bottle of Gus and Bruno last weekend. I was house sitting for my parents with Kayla and my buddy Kyle. That's like a Canadian whiskey, and that was pretty smooth. That's from Letterkenny. I got that for my birthday from one of my friends.
Nice. All right, there you go. Alcoholic beverages. What's your favorite? What's your go-to? Send us your answers. Callguyspodcast@gmail.com. Go check out the Infant Pale Ale t-shirt, pint glass, water bottle.
Oh, you got on a
Tank top.
glass. Nice.
Yeah, it's a little
Nice.
bit of everything. So go check it out. All right. That's all I got for pre-movie talk.
No movie news this week?
No movie news.
Slipping. Well, I got movie news for you. Did you guys see the new Deadpool popcorn bucket they showed off today?
It's not the one that looks like the one from
The Dune
is
one?
it?
Oh, it's made to look even worse than the Dune one
I've
because
seen
it
that
looks
before.
they just put it out and Ryan Reynolds posted it on X and it looks like a fleshlight, but it's Wolverine's mouth. And in the trailer, they drizzle butter all over Wolverine's face of the popcorn bucket.
Dude, this thing looks like
Are we all Googling it? Because I gotta Google it
I
too.
mean, it looks like he's the new Pac-Man trying to go.
Oh, hold on. I got the video right here. I could just send it in the call guys chat.
Oh my gosh.
This is like I said, they go the length in that video to make it super sexual because like I said, they drizzle butter down his face. I just put it in the chat if you guys
That's
want
so
to check
wrong. That's so wrong.
it. Yeah.
It's super excited for the movie.
Caresses his face.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes full dirty. This is going to be the one that makes movie theaters put a stipulation on what you can and can't do with a popcorn bucket. They're like, no,
Yeah.
that's it. We're done. Dune did it unintentionally. And then, of course,
Oh my gosh.
Deadpool's crew is like, no, we can't be outdone by
Overfilling
the
his
Dune bucket.
mouth.
Because they have a Deadpool one too, right? So they have a Deadpool one and a Wolverine one. They'll be one of you'll get one or the other.
Well, the pictures they had circulating about a month ago was a prototype.
Okay.
And now they got the new one, which is slim, and they made sure the flesh color was sex toy flesh color. Like it's pretty rough.
It's designed by Deadpool on the bucket.
It looks like it's written in crayon. It says designed by Deadpool.
They just kept dumping popcorn in its mouth.
Oh yeah. Like I said, Chico, I sent you the link
Yeah.
if you want to check it on your phone. It's
I will
pretty
watch it.
it's pretty gnarly.
I can get a side by side of the Wolverine and the Dune one. I think the Dune one's still way worse than the Wolverine.
Oh man, these Wolverine ones are gonna sell out so quick when it drops.
yeah.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
Anybody going opening weekend?
I want to, but man, I just don't do big movie theater crowds these days, man. I aged out of that. Like it drives me insane.
I'm trying to convince Colton to go.
I thought we were going.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I never got a for sure yes. So.
Well, buy some tickets, boys, or you're not gonna get a seat.
Yeah, no, we're
yeah, we
going.
should probably do that. We should probably do that. Buy our tickets if we can.
Just,
All right, we'll talk about that off the podcast. But
Yeah.
all right, you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Logan, first things first. Pronounce the movie title for me.
It's Saban's Power Rangers.
Okay. I always
You've said
Saban.
Saban so many different ways throughout this whole series.
I know.
It's
You mean
not even
Saban?
funny. And then one time when he messaged us, I think he wrote like
Savannah.
Savannah's Power
It
Rangers.
autocorrected. And I read it afterwards and was like, oops.
Yeah,
I just didn't know Nick Saban liked superhero fighting movies.
Saban.
Saban.
It's Saban.
Saban's Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sophisticated.
Yes. He really likes to give himself credit. Put it right in front.
Yeah, that was his big and final push, and it didn't go the way he wanted it to, so he sold to Hasbro after that.
As he should have. All right. This movie released March 24th, 2017, directed by Dean Israelite. Box office 85.3 million. I could not find the budget.
It did 83 something in the United States, but globally it did like 136, and the movie cost 105 million. So they made profit, but a really small profit compared to what he wanted. He wanted this to launch a whole thing.
Oh yeah, he did this. The ending of this movie tries to set up for infinite number of possibilities.
Yeah. He really wanted it.
And we haven't gotten one.
There's a lot of the fan base that's butthurt about that because they wanted to see Tommy, but just wasn't going to happen.
But it got real interesting. I think. Maybe.
We'll see. We'll talk about it.
We'll
talk
see.
about it.
We'll see. All right. You want to give me the cast?
Yeah, we got we got Billy from Stranger Things, and I've never seen that actor's name until now. And was it like Dacre? Yeah, Dacre Montgomery is Jason Lee Scott. Naomi Scott is Kimberly Hart. R.J. Cycler is Billy Cranston. Luday Lin is Zach Taylor. Becky G is Trini Kwan. Elizabeth Banks is Rita Repulsa. Bryan Cranston is Zordon. And Bill Hader is Alpha 5.
Yeah, I told Colton that Bill Hader was Alpha and he about crapped his pants.
I've seen the movie multiple times. I've never really pieced together that it was Bill Hader. I just didn't.
Once Gunnar told me, I heard it because the first time I stopped was right when they met Alpha, and I was like, "Man, that voice sounds familiar." He's like, "Dude, it's Bill Hader." And the first 5 minutes, they're all in the ship and they're talking, and I'm like, "Holy crap, that's freaking Bill Hader."
Yeah, love Bill Hader. Always does good work.
Yeah, I actually think I enjoyed Alpha in this, even though he was so different.
I liked him in this too. I just didn't. I'm not a huge fan of his design. I don't think he needed the eyeballs.
No.
Yeah,
it was a bit much.
The long tentacle arms and he's a robot, I guess, an alien robot.
They definitely made him more useful than the original Alpha 5.
Oh yeah, way more.
Combat training, important information. Still said I.
Actually helped in the very beginning of the movie.
So they get points for that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, what do we want to get into first? Favorites? Least
I
favorites?
think we should just talk about how awesome this movie is. It's got to be close to canon, right?
Okay.
So let's start here. The very beginning. Yeah, let me ask you this. Okay. Zordon as the Red Ranger. Is that
No.
just made?
Not
Is that what is
not
that?
even not even in the comics.
Okay.
Not even in the comics. In the comics, Zordon, they get into his origin, which the comics are canon, and he was just a warrior on his planet. He was never a ranger.
Okay.
I didn't really have a problem with that part. I had a problem with how mean-spirited the whole team is. You know, you get like, that's fine. This person was like Breakfast Club, but Power Rangers. Ooh,
Yeah, pretty much.
but like, not every character has to be the edgy dick.
That's what I thought. It was a very specific outcast of people, and they were all like the same person,
They're just all
and it drove me a little
unpleasant,
insane. Yeah,
other than Billy.
I love
Like,
Billy.
They Power Rangers this is what hurt me, and this is what hurt a lot of the fan base. Is Power Rangers has always been like the Rangers are supposed to be, kids are supposed to look up to them. They're supposed to teach kids lessons. Kids are supposed to want to be like them, and like, fuck, you don't want your kids to be like these kids because it's not great. We've got one that is like a football all-star. He's got a good career ahead of him. Doing like the prank where stealing the other team's mascot is fine. I get it. Sports kids do stuff like that. Kids do pranks, whatever. Running from the cops and causing accidents and like all that stuff, horrible. Kimberly.
Okay, so
Kimberly's bad. Kimberly's
yeah.
bad in this movie. And like, I'm going to say it right here, right now. Zero character growth in this, because spoiler alert, her chip on her shoulder is because her friends don't want to be her friends anymore because she shared a nude of one of her friends. And to be like, this is what I did and I'm trying to be better, shows the nude to another dude. She shows it to Jason. So she's like, this is why they don't want to be with me and I'm a monster. Look, I showed this naked picture of her. And that dude's like, what the fuck? Oh, God. He's like, and she was like, yeah, I did this. And I was like, I'm sitting there and I'm watching it just before we got in this. I'm sitting with Kayla. I'm like, she did it again. And meanwhile, she has a chip on her shoulder and the movie treats the friends like they're bad people. Like,
correct.
A putty gets dropped on those girls' car and Kimberly's like, serves you right. And it was like, no, it doesn't. This girl has had a bad year. You just said that her dad had to look at her nudes in the office with the principal. But yeah, she deserves a putty being dropped on her car. Like, it's bad.
This is not the Kimberly we grew up with.
No, she's she's a monster.
I agree.
Naomi Scott really cut her hair in that scene, though. Fun fact. She had long hair and she cut it off in that scene.
Got it upstairs.
Skyler's got it in his house.
Yeah, he swept it up, stuffed it into his pillowcase. Yeah, but yeah, Kimberly's there's no character growth there.
I agree.
Trini was fine. She's edgy too. Not probably the least edgy, I would say. Like, her whole thing was like, people don't accept me because I'm gay. And like, her mom is overbearing. We get that. Zach, borderline, when I first saw him, the first time I watched it, I thought he was a homeless. He was just, he has a fire. He's sleeping out on a train. I was like, okay.
Cool.
And then Billy's the closest to his original character. He's smart. A lot of people in the Ranger communities, like the original Billy, showed signs of being on the spectrum and stuff like that. They just kind of leaned hard into it. He was pleasant in there, but like everybody else was.
Yeah, I thought you had
rough.
too many of the same characters.
Yeah,
and I think that was a bad formula.
Yeah, agreed.
It's definitely a weird way to take it, I guess.
Just like, let's take the role models, the best kids in school, like it was the whole thing, and it's like, let's do the opposite. They all meet in detention, and then, well, like 3 of them meet in detention, and then they shoehorn the others in like instantly at the quarry, which was like really rushed. And everybody likes to peep at people on this. Like, Zach's watching Trini, Trini's watching Zach, and then Jason's watching Kimberly take her clothes off and jump into a body of water.
Some creepers. Some creepers.
Meanwhile, Billy just wants to look at rocks. Billy needs to find some better friends.
Yeah. Billy, brother.
Dude's making dynamite.
Yeah. He would be on a list for sure. And then the bully in this was insane. That line where he snuck up on Billy and he grabbed his wrist and Billy's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm just gonna quietly snap your wrist." I was like, who says that? Who does that? What is wrong with this school?
Billy drops him.
Yeah. Billy doesn't even do anything.
Billy
The dude
doesn't do
headbutts
anything.
Billy
Oh, that's right.
and eats shit. And you're just like, good Lord. This is why we need some bulk and skull for some levity. Sprinkle somebody
yeah,
like that in
definitely.
there.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was waiting on and never got.
Mm-mm.
But
Yeah,
I did like the Zordon intro and how that was introduced as
Yeah.
a guy who literally stopped Power Rangers after Turbo for obvious reasons and picked this up. Obviously, this is the first time I've ever watched it, was this week. And I was like, oh, that's kind of neat because I have never known anything about Zordon.
Yeah.
So that was that was my first question. I was like, hey, how legit is that? Because
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't lean into something like that with the canon of the comic books, because to say that the reason Rita had that coin is because she used to be the Green Ranger, that's pretty cool. I didn't mind that part whatsoever.
Okay. I thought that was cool as well.
Definitely
Is this
not odd take there too. With her being a ranger and
Zordon personally snuffing the whole dinosaur race. He's like, listen, she's gonna win. Send a meteorite to my location, Alpha. And Alpha doesn't even hesitate. He's like, on it, sir. Just
Gotcha.
decimate a whole planet just like that. It's bonkers.
yeah. All right, so let's go favorite character, favorite scene. Whoever wants to start.
Billy's favorite character. I mean, hands down. He's the only likable dude, I think. You learn to love Jason a little bit with his growth.
Character growth.
He at least has growth.
Yeah, unlike everybody else.
Yeah, nobody else. They just kind of be like, yeah, it is what it is, type of thing. And but yeah, Billy, I thought he was the most genuine, definitely the guy you were rooting for. Especially when he gets ousted, the way he got ousted.
Dude, that scene was a
yeah. I hated old Zordon up until that point.
Me too.
Up until that point where he tells Jason, he's like, hey, there can only be one Ranger. And the first thing that came to my mind was Zordon just doesn't want to be the Blue Ranger.
Yeah, no, I said that to Kayla. I was like, Jason. I looked at Kayla. I was like, if Jason's ass drowned, Zordon would have hopped on that shit. They've been like, they wouldn't have been like, there can only be one Red Ranger. He would have been like, I'm the Red Ranger. And they're like, could you brought Jason back to life? He's like, yeah, but please.
I want my Sue back.
He's like, I'm not downgrading to blue. Red's the winter color.
Yeah, that was the first thought I had, and I laughed watching it because that was the first thing I was like, yep, if it would have been Jason, he'd have been back.
Yeah, absolutely. 110%.
So yeah, Billy, best character.
Mine's a hard place between Billy. I really liked Alpha, and I like Cranston as Zordon. I thought it was neat seeing Zordon be a dick.
That's the only thing I didn't like. He was a dick.
Yeah, I'd be a dick too if I died and woke up in a wall, But I'm gonna go with Colton on that one. Billy he's screen time to likeness. It's Billy. Every scene he's in is pleasant. I mean, sometimes they go a little much with him, but I enjoyed him. I like the scene where he's basically like, his dad's dead, and he's basically talking to his dad like his dad's on the cell phone with him. He's like, oh, well, Dad, I'm out here with my friends digging through these rocks. Gotta go. And it's just like, I respect that. That's cool. His mom's Jeep got hate fucked and never nothing. Like, his mom's Jeep is gone, and she's not even asking questions.
There are so many left alone plots in this movie. I mean, we have an ankle monitor that just gets shut off.
And he hacked it. It's done. It's done. It's hacked. It's done.
What?
when we talk about how that minivan was in peak condition until Zach's dumbass jumps on the roof and caves it in, I would not open the door for that man. They'd be like, let him in. I'm like, no, he just totaled my mom's minivan. He can ride up there. Good fucking luck.
He made his space up there.
Yeah. Oh man.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he's not going anywhere. He's got a dent.
Yeah, his entire leg like dented into the roof. It was deep.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So yeah, I'm Billy too. I'm locking in Billy.
Skywalker.
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I think Billy was probably the best character in this movie. I do really like Dacre Montgomery as Jason.
I like him everything he's in.
Yeah,
Stranger
so
Things,
do
he
I.
killed it. Like he needs more jobs. That dude's out there killing it.
And then favorite scene I think is probably the training pit scene where they're fighting the fake putties and getting their asses beat.
That's cool.
Yeah.
My favorite scene is it's gonna be them carrying Billy. It was like for a movie that I'm not really invested in, that was still super emotional. Like that, first of all, I think it's either the Boots or the Bootstraps that do the cover of Stand By Me. Good Lord, you want to make people cry?
Song. That was a good song.
Play that somewhere emotional and it will just wreck people. But like when they're carrying him is like one thing, but when Jason they have to jump down into the base and Jason picks him up and he's like, I got you. I was like, oh God damn it. Oh, it was rough. It was rough. Because like watching it my first go in the theaters, I was like, they're not going to kill him. It's fine. Then they pull him out of the water. Nobody even attempts CPR. Not one person does some chest compressions. They're just like, he dead. I was like, he wasn't down there that long. Pump his chest. Do something. And then like 5 minutes pass and Homeboy is still dead. And I'm like they killed him. He's gone. They killed Billy. That's like literal heart and soul of this movie. And they're just like, he did. So that's my favorite scene for sure.
Good thing that Zordon has the powers of a Sith Lord.
Yeah. Well, you get one. The Morphin Grid pops open. You can apparently magic one person back to life.
Yeah.
Woof.
What about you, Gunnar?
I'm gonna go favorite character is Alpha. And I think it's just what Logan said. Like they actually gave him a little bit of a backstory and gave him actual things to do, whether it was the training or just helping or whatever. That was nice. And I did like Bill Hader. Like you said, the actual design of the character was kind of odd, but I just think he was just a fun character.
He got really good lines like "Go Go Power Rangers." Never I don't even think that was ever once said in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Nobody ever said "Go Go Power Rangers" except for the music. Meanwhile, they're like, we're making a movie. I don't know, make the robots say it. And he's like, "Go Go Power Rangers."
Yeah.
Right.
Favorite scene, I think when they first go to Zordon's ship lair or whatever. Like the actual entrance to it where they jump off the cliff and they go down and they swim into the pool and then it flips upside down. That was just cool. That was neat. That was really cool use of cinematography in general. But I think that whole scene just felt neat.
That is a really shitty way to have to go into your secret base every time. Because every time they're in that base, they just get there. The actors are sopping wet because they got to jump down into water every time, and you're just like, that's gotta suck. I mean, after you get your powers, you can morph and jump in and not get wet. But they were going to that place day after day after day. You just you imagine they're all out there just putting on their swimsuits before they hopped in, and they're like, all right, now let's go. And then they'd go change back in their regular clothes, which I guess the regular clothes would be wet too, unless they put them in a plastic bag or some shit. It's flawed.
Colton, favorite scene?
Oh, it was carrying Billy back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. That whole interaction with Zordon and that was tough. One thing that I really liked about this movie that Turbo just freaking dropped the freaking ball was the soundtrack. There was actually a soundtrack with this movie, like the first movie, Mighty Morphin. So that was nice to kind of get that back in this movie. Was a good soundtrack.
No, yeah, it had some good music. A lot of montages too, like a lot. Which
Yeah.
speaking of montages, that's the no, it's a cut scene. The scene where they're in the restaurant doing the food with the fork thing. It's
Yeah.
Kimberly and Trini. There's a scene that got cut from there that was Amy Jo Johnson and JDF, and JDF had the long hair with the ponytail. And at the end of that scene where the girls look over,
Mm-hmm.
originally they look over and stare at both of them sitting at another table looking at them like, what the hell are you doing? But they cut that scene. So we only get the one scene with those two specifically at the very end.
At the very
and
end.
let me tell you, JDF raised holy hell about the lack of presence he had when he was still alive about in that movie. He was like, I want to do this, this, and this. They gave me this cafe scene, and he raised so much shit about the cafe scene. They cut it and they gave him a different scene at the end, which
Last scene
is
of the movie.
it's not. I don't think that was a better trade. I think it would have been a more jarring thing for the fans to keep the original one in. Also, everyone wants to see Tommy with his ponytail in. So, come on.
Yeah. We were watching it, and I was like, "Sorry, you know who that is?" She goes, "No." I was like, "All right, never mind."
How many original was it? Just those two?
That's it. They reached out. They didn't even reach out to anybody else.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's because at this point it was Saban, and Saban, Ranger actors really don't care for that dude. A lot of them, like Walter wouldn't come back as the original Black Ranger, didn't want anything to do with Saban because Saban is just he's not a pleasant dude, unfortunately. So, and then unfortunately, the actress that played Trini Kwan had passed away a long time ago, so she couldn't come back. And David Yost didn't want anything to do with Saban either, because Saban was part of the reason he left too. So,
It's funny because you say that, and now that Hasbro owns it and Netflix is doing everything, you have all these actors coming back.
they all came back. We
Yeah.
got Zach and Yost back for the first time ever because they're like, yeah, you don't have Saban? Sure, we'll come back. So
All right,
we'll see if Hasbro sells the franchise again. Saban might buy it back like he did from Disney back in the day. So
Need to watch some of this stuff.
it's good. It's good. I'm telling you, man. Everybody's got a specific season of Power Rangers out there that they like, and like a lot of people like it's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but you got to think. There's so many seasons, dude. You don't know. You stopped watching. Like there are more serious seasons out there that like fans when they come back to the franchise end up being like a lot of people like I like Lightspeed Rescue. Those are adults that work in like we got a firefighter, we got an airplane stunt pilot, we got a paramedic as Power Rangers, and they're adults. And people are like I like this season, and there's a different flavor for everybody, you know. Grab you a spoon, fucking try a little bit of them all until you find what you want.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Most of them are on YouTube for free now since Hasbro bought them. So
Nice. All right, least favorite scene, character.
Least favorite character for me. Man, I really want to say Kimberly because like she's a shitheel, but like honestly, it's hard because Zach when he deals with the Rangers is unpleasant. His Zord shit and all that, like he's unpleasant. But when he's with his mom, his character is so sweet, it hurts my soul.
Yeah.
So I gotta go. I'm honestly I gotta go Trini. Because like she adds the least, and that's not her fault, but her character had the least anything. Lines. She just like unfortunately she didn't add much. So because even Kimberly had some good moments, like dialogue wise, but Trini got crap, which is normal. That's how it was in MMPR too.
Yeah, when they get in the Megazords, it's like, all right, all that Kimberly's gonna do now is just save everybody from getting beat up. I'm gonna fly in and pick them up.
I don't want to talk about that fucking Megazord. That thing was.
I've got questions.
It's like I hate the individual pods.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I was
I
gonna
hate
ask
it.
about. I was gonna ask about that.
And then like I control the left foot, I control the
Yep.
right foot, but like that's a flawed fucking system, homie. And I get it, it's supposed to be like you're a teamwork. It's fantastic. Not so great. And at least they discussed that when they're like they ate shit instantly. But like I didn't like the way that Megazord looked. The Zords become the strongest creatures on the planet when they arrive. And like that's weird because Mastodons and saber-tooth tigers weren't running around with Tyrannosaurus Rexes. But whatever. And also, I don't remember a mastodon ever having 6 legs and like, stuff like that. It's just I didn't care for the designs on the mecha. This is the season I own the least merchandise of. This is the only thing I own. Is because my sister bought it for me on clearance, and this is the album. And it's not even like the album with like the good music. This is like this is like the scores and stuff. And this is the Yellow Ranger edition. So
Oh, that's neat.
That's pretty dope.
yeah, no, the colors is cool and everything. But like when she first handed this to me, I was like, this is dope. I was like, I'm gonna put it in a record player and listen to that Stand By Me cover. And I look at the back and I'm like, son of a bitch. Nothing. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that Megazord at all.
Skywalker.
Least favorite scene. Man, that's tough.
And character. Don't forget your character.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's definitely Kimberly. I agree with you guys 100%. She is the least developed character in the movie. And I mean, Zach and Trina get 0 screen time.
Yeah.
Man, least favorite scene though. It might be where Goldar is pushing them into the pit.
It was supposed to be like hella emotional. And it's like you really can't try to do that after you did Billy's scene.
Yeah, it falls flat. I don't like what they did with Goldar in this movie.
Yeah, that was rough. You think that's bad? Did you see the Goldar big action figure they put out when this movie came out? He's like this tall, and all he did was swing his sword arm, and the sword was floppy, so the sword just like flopped around. It was awful.
Yeah, it's anything with like post morph where she's using Goldar. I'm like, this is gross. I just don't like it. I don't like the flowing gold.
That's too much.
Yeah, just
too much.
Made me not feel great.
Yeah. I think my least favorite scene is any scene where they said the word Krispy Kreme. Because when those fuckers started, they did not stop. And Krispy Kreme was a sponsor of this movie. In case you didn't know, they had donuts and everything.
What?
Yeah, yeah. And they did not, like I said, when they started saying Krispy Kreme, then everybody in the scene was saying it, and it was so fucking annoying. And it's right up Saban's alley. He was like, "Let's get some money from someone," and they're like, "Krispy Kreme said they'll sponsor us. Let's do it." It's horrible.
The writing, I thought, was just it was subpar at best.
Yeah,
at best. My least favorite character is Kimberly, solely based on the fact of character growth. That there was none. Exactly. Yeah. And I cannot stand that when it comes to movies. It's one of my biggest pet peeves, especially if you've started the movie in a controversial state and you end the movie in that same controversial state because you've learned absolutely nothing. But I mean, I think least favorite scene is Logan kind of touched on it earlier, are the creeper scenes when everybody's watching everybody right before Billy blows up the mine. I was like, what the heck is going on here?
Yeah, like a bunch of peeping toms.
Yeah, this is weird. Like, what are the odds that these 5 people are going to be out here like this? Like, stupid.
Kimberly's dialogue makes you like wonder what the hell is wrong with the screenwriter for this thing.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
what about Zach? Zach's lines were just terrible unless he was with his mom.
You're just like, we're supposed to be rooting for this chick, and you just make her worse as it goes on. Because like I said, like whoever wrote the scene where she literally shows the nude to prove that she was like, look, I showed nude to a bunch of guys and I'm a bad person for it. This is the nude. It shows another guy and you're like, homie, you're making it worse. That's another person that's seen this girl naked without her consent. Like, finger, pulse, put it on it, man. What the hell?
Yeah.
Just bad.
It was rough.
It was bad. I mean, yeah, the writing in this thing sucked.
Yeah.
Just terrible.
The directing wasn't great either. Because I know for a fact that Billy from Stranger Things, I'm going to say that because it's easier for me to say than his name. Mr. Montgomery. Whoever was directing at that point, anytime he screamed in his Zord was bad. And they let it fly. Like when he goes, ah, and you're just like, he's killing it in all the emotional scenes, but they clearly have him in a little tiny cockpit with a lot of green screen. They're like, now yell like you're firing a gun. And he's just like, ah, and you're just like, oh man, take another take, dog. Like, come on.
He obviously
once more
also,
with feeling.
He had the smallest cockpit too of everybody else.
Yeah, he did. He didn't have a whole lot of arm room in there. He did have the best looking Zord though.
He did.
The T-Rex Zord did look a lot better than everybody else. Like I said, Mammoth had 6 arms, whatever the hell that was about. Triceratops didn't look that bad. Pterodactyl,
Normal pterodactyl Zord, pretty much.
Meh. Yeah, Pterodactyl always gets the short end of the stick. That Zord doesn't have a lot to work with. And then like Kimberly went to the Crane Zord, which was even smaller and shittier. So as what it is. But it carried its weight in this one though. Pterodactyl helped out a lot of people in this one. Yeah. Anything to get Naomi Scott on screen.
Am I right, Skylar?
Yeah, that's what that's what Saban was like. I don't know. Put the eye candy back on the screen. I'm surprised they didn't make her say like bitch in stereo.
Oh, dude, you know what? I
Oh
thought
my
the same
gosh.
thing. I was like, I wish she would have said it when she got in the freaking Zord. Nice
and they got that.
stereo.
Yeah, they got that PG-13. So literally just make her edge it up. Like it'll be like bitch in stereo, man, or something. That's the throwback I wanted.
Oh, I can plug my iPod in.
Mm-hmm. That would have dated that movie something fierce. Kids nowadays would watch it like, what the hell's an iPod?
Oh man.
What
What's
about you,
yours,
Gunner?
Chico?
Least favorite character, Rita Repulsa. I hated Elizabeth Banks as Rita. I just could not stand her. Skylar mentioned earlier all the stuff with. She was just odd. She was weird. The whole thing where she was like trying to make herself young again through all this gold intake that she's got going on. And then she just literally is murdering people left and right, which I did not like that character one bit.
She made some acting choices, that's for sure. I'm
She
currently
was way overacted.
Are you fighting a gnat over there, or
dude,
what?
it's not gnats. Apparently all the termites just hatched, and so they are flying at my coming underneath my door and getting my house, so they're flying around.
Okay.
So if you see them flying around, that's what's going on.
I was
That's not-
watching, I think, Kayla in the glass earlier.
She's fighting it. So we're just gonna go late night with Logan mode right here. The less light, the less of them are inclined to come into my house and
Check
try
out my
to
termites.
get me. Yeah.
Least favorite scene, when Zordon pretty much says, "Go on, get." I was like,
Get out of here.
He's like trying to get these kids to morph, and then they can't do it. And he's like, "All right, then I don't need you. Go."
Go on, get. You're not Power Rangers. Do it again. And they're like, Billy, do it again. And Billy's like, I don't know how I did in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
Like, what have you learned? You've learned absolutely nothing. What are they going to learn? They've been fighting putties for a week.
1 second. I'm gonna go lay a blanket underneath the store.
Oh my gosh. That's
This
awesome.
is rough. They're everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, man, they are.
If you want to watch on YouTube and want to watch termites,
I will shake
termites
my.
fly
It's also
around.
raining.
It's got his
I'll help
the
a little
mic
bit.
on. He's
You don't
got
have
the
a
mic
you don't
on.
have a
Cats are on
monsoon
edge.
coming
I don't
through.
want to
do you?
get spear tackled.
Well, while he's up, I'm gonna. Oh, he's back. Never mind.
I'm fighting the good fight here, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We
Every
heard.
episode but Turbo, there's been something for me, and it is awful.
He's going to start pulling him out of his hair.
This goes to show that clearly Turbo is favored by the higher power.
No.
No storms, no bugs. It's the plagues over here.
No.
Yeah. Well, what do we want to get into now? What do you guys got? What do you want to say about Saban's?
You know, I don't get this movie. I don't understand it. I actually didn't hate Elizabeth Banks in this movie
I
like
didn't
you,
either.
Gunner. I think that there were so many things that everybody was having to fight against. Um, you could only do so much with what you got. And I think she falls victim to that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of her stuff is mostly just CGI'd and special. So, but it did take me until like the very end to realize I think that's Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
I don't know if the odds are in her favor right now. So, but I didn't hate her. Goldar, yeah, I agree with you guys. I thought that was a choice.
He looks so bad too.
Yeah, I didn't.
Not good.
But I actually enjoyed the getting to know the Rangers, like the origins of the Rangers. I actually enjoy that, except for just how it was executed. I didn't like.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool because every time I've ever seen them, they've always just been like, oh, best friends, buddies, blah 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 blah, always together, blah 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 blah.
Meanwhile, this you got Zach getting punched by Jason and all that.
Yeah,
and Zach relentlessly hitting on the clearly gay girl.
Oh yeah.
Over and over again. What's up, crazy girl? Yeah. Woof.
So, yeah, there was a lot of things about this movie that I liked, and a lot of things about this movie I didn't like. For only have seen it the one time, I don't absolutely hate this movie, but I feel like if I watch it more, I'm gonna find more and more plot holes.
You'll find more.
Yeah,
because I felt like this movie was just freaking rushed, like none other.
Yeah, for a 2.5 hour long movie, it felt like they rushed as much as they could.
Yeah, it was quick. Well, because you also got to think we got Power Rangers in suits for just a couple minutes, and then most of the time they're in their suits, their visors were up.
Yep.
Yep. Which I didn't really care for, but I mean that's just my personal stance there. There's a lot of cool Easter eggs in this movie. I don't know if you noticed, but Billy was wearing the actual communicator from the original show the whole time.
No.
A lot of Trini Kwan, the original actress, stuff in there, like the 1973 shirt that the actress was wearing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That's the year that the actress was born.
Nice.
In her room, she had the art for the tiger coin from the original MMPR on the wall, stuff like that. I also don't know if you noticed, Gunner. Is anybody here? Anybody watch Smallville?
Yeah.
Yeah. The high school is the same high school from Smallville. And that.
Oh wow, I would have never picked that up. That's crazy.
Yep.
They use the same building. Is that what it was?
Mhm.
Nice.
And then they also used the fucking bugs. I swear to God.
I'm not even watching anybody else. I'm watching all these bugs.
Yeah,
fly
no,
out of
I'm fighting them, dog. I'm fighting them. They used the original Angel Grove High School logo. A line that gets me was that was a little weird. When Alpha said different colors, different kids,
Yes.
different color kids, and you're just like,
what do you
all
mean,
right.
Alpha?
all right, that's fine. But it's back to Easter eggs at the point when Jason's dad's on the phone and panic calling his son because concrete monsters are murdering everybody, et cetera, et cetera. He says that he is in the middle of Mariner Bay and Reefside. Those are two cities from two different dinosaur-themed Power Ranger seasons that they dropped in there. Fucking bugs, I swear to God. They're all gonna die. But no, they sprinkled in some cool stuff there, but it's not horrible. I don't sit down and watch it and I want it to be over. I watch it, it's fine. It's just it could have been so much better.
Yeah.
And I think it all really boils down to who they hired for screenwriting for because first of all, the story is the problem. Like the writing is the problem. I mean, yeah, the directing could have been good in some parts, but I really feel like the actors did really solid for what the writing was. Like we said with Montgomery, like Jason's character grows on you. He does some character growth, albeit when you're first introduced to him, there's literally a zoom in on a cow's dick. That's where you start in the power. For movie starts being like rough, this is right there with the Lady Ghostbusters. Within the first 2 minutes of the Lady Ghostbusters, there's a pretty raunchy joke. And then there's a zoom in on a cow's dong. So, and he was like, I milked it. It should be fine. It's like, it's a dude. Was there one udder? And he was like, yeah, I thought that was weird. And it's just like, really? See my cat back there killing bugs? Yeah.
Get to work.
There's enough of them in here. They should be killing them left and right. But no.
We're getting it.
But like I said, it's not horrible. I agree with Colton. And I also didn't hate Elizabeth Banks. I feel like she did what she was either told to or what she was allowed to.
I don't know. I don't know if they they might have told her to overact this entire role because it was, I mean, that's what Rita is, I guess. She's very, very.
Yeah, they took away the annoying
top.
cackle and gave her over the top acting.
Yeah.
Which I would take anything over that cackle.
She was stoked to land that role. The way she announced that role when she got it was like, finally, after 1,000 years, I'm free. And it's like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But half the movie, she's wearing a thing that's literally just yarn, basically. And it's just like, I don't know that I ever needed to see that much of Rita Repulsa, no matter who's playing her. I don't need Rita to be doing sexy stuff. That's weird. Give me back the pointy cones, man.
Was that not a childhood fantasy?
Oh my.
No, not in the slightest.
Skylar, any last things you want to say about the Sabans?
I like this movie. I mean, it has its flaws, like you guys were saying. They put it out in a time where they're trying to darken everything from our childhoods anyway.
Yeah.
I just had a example in my head, but I lost it.
God, you name it, they've done it, and they've made it edgy.
And that's the point we're at. Hollywood's out of ideas, so let's take a 90s kids show and make it edgy and talk about, make the high school bullies way worse. And it's just the way it is. They do it with everything.
Let's beat off some livestock. That's what people like these days, right?
Why not? But I enjoyed the movie. I love the suits. I didn't mind the Zords.
We hadn't really talked about the suits. What's everybody's feeling on the suits?
We didn't get enough of them.
100%.
Well, that's fair.
100%.
That's fair.
I like the fact that they're armor and not, spandex.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they kept the mouth on the faceplate. Really, I'm surprised that whoever was funding that fully was like, we'll still put the lips on it. That's what surprised me the most. I thought that'd be the first thing that went. I like that they're practical suits. I know a few people that own almost complete sets of those suits from the movies. They bought them in Hollywood auctions and all that jazz. I know a dude that owns, I think, 95% of the Pink Ranger suit from that. That I appreciate because, it's not like, it still smells like her.
It's the other 5%. Guess what part that is?
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no.
Colton, you weren't supposed to tell my secrets.
No, all his money went to buying those hair clippings from the bathroom scene. He couldn't afford that suit. But I don't know how I feel about him. And that's just because I'm a big Power Ranger and Sentai fan. So I'm used to a certain thing. So I'm not going to be super critical of them because I'm not a big fan of the MMPR movie suits either, just because they look more like armor and it's not what I'm used to. And that's not because they look bad. That's because I have a bias because I'm used to 45 seasons of spandex suits, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be critical of them. They looked good. They moved good in them.
Yeah.
Screw the Megazords though. I don't know. I wasn't about that.
I was just I'm just gonna repeat what you said. The suits were okay, and didn't mind them. I thought that the space, like the thing on the chest, that was kind of cool. Megazord trash.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of
It's not
like
about that.
how I kind of liked how the Zords pulled in the suits into like made them into one, so that they were you had to have your suit in order to really power and move the Zord.
That didn't give you the weird like Avatar ride your horse with your sex ponytail vibe when they did that, because that's
Well,
what
that
it
makes-
gave me.
That gives, but it gives it more. It gives it more meaning that you need to be able to morph
Yeah.
in order to use the Zord.
Yeah,
Which
also
explains why
kind of more
Homeboy,
Matrix.
why Homeboy rode that sword so shittily when he got in it without his suit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I kind of like that.
it's fair.
I didn't mind the Zords. You know, it's not my favorite design, but I mean, I thought they were decent. I mean,
There's ones that were better than others. Like we said, like the T-Rex looked good.
Mhm.
I just when they stuck them together,
That's what I'm saying.
the Megazord I did not like.
I was curious at how the heck they were going to get there that whole time, because obviously it's Power Rangers and they got to have the Megazord or the Mama Zord
the
or
Mama
whatever.
Zord.
The Mama Zord. The Mama Zord. No, that's stupid. Yet again, Billy's still in the scene.
Yes.
I could have went without the bitch slap Rita into space scene. Like I get it ties into the other scene, but they were like, Billy, you see that? Did you just slap her? He's like, yeah, weird, right? And Billy's like, I get it. I get it. You guys weren't there, but I was just
there.
like, I could have went without that bit, but Billy calling it the Mama Zord and be like, no, that's stupid. Megazord. I was like, I'm about that. The Mama Zord.
Yeah.
Oh.
How about the passing note scenes? What the heck?
I like it. I liked it a lot. Because you know, I think that really ties in the fact that you know they are superhuman when they become Rangers,
Which is a weird spin.
right?
So you still don't think you'd be able to see that piece of paper flying?
Absolutely heightened. It's just like Spider-Man, you know, he had no reflexes before.
No, I'm talking about normal people just watching, because they're throwing those things like nobody can see that. This is Now You See Me Too, okay?
They just Zordon's like, you can't tell people, and these teenagers don't give a shit. I mean, clearly they're doing the weird shit in the restaurant with people watching. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here?
Touching moment was one of the notes in Billy's pocket, right?
We should start a band.
We should start a band.
And everybody speculates that they're like, oh, that's a nod to the fact that Naomi Scott was in Lemonade Mouth, where they start a band in detention, and you're just like,
no,
it's just a cute note, man. Don't tie it to Disney movies. Come on now.
Yeah, that was good.
Mm.
I like how they solved all their problems with the campfire. They're like, we don't like each other. And then they had one campfire and they sat down and they're like, we're good.
Well, except for Kimberly. She's like, nah, skip me. It's I
had asked them to skip me too if I had her origin story. I'm like, nah, pass.
Thrown her in the fire.
Hard pass. They're gonna be looking for a new Pink Ranger. They're like, nah, give us your rock. I want that shit on my team. Meanwhile, Jason's like, you're not a monster. There's countless pictures going around that school. I'm like, that doesn't make it okay. And she just showed you. That's not right. That's the worst.
Exactly
that's my biggest hang up in that whole movie, is that scene where she was like, to prove I'm a monster, I will continue being a monster. Like, I shared a nude. This is the nude. If I was Jason, I'd be like, you just did it again. I'm telling Zordon. You're not cool. Zordon, I'm like, you're sharing nudes, Kimberly? You're out. Leave your coin at the door.
And your phone.
Yeah. Get out of here. Go swim in the weird upside down lake and get the hell out of here. It's not right.
Yeah. I didn't hate the movie.
What's the rating on this thing, man?
It is a
higher than the other two.
61, which takes it out of certified rotten.
I thought it was a 50. I thought I seen it today where it was at a 50 something.
Were you going by audience score, or you were going by
Whatever the
Tomato
hell
meter.
pops up in IMDb.
You were
Let's
going
see.
by the tomato meter.
5.9 on the IMDb.
Yeah. So it's a 51 on the tomato meter, but it's a 65 audience score.
Ah, gotcha.
65. Sorry, I said 61, but yeah, 65.
I wonder what the people, how many people watch this compared to how many people watch the other two? Because this was definitely, out of all three, this was definitely more mainstream than either of the other two. Because in the 90s, parents weren't going to see this. But in 2017, parents were absolutely going to see this.
Well, parents were
the people that wanted to
kids,
watch the
yes.
original one. So
They were the
Well,
kids.
apparently not, because they didn't break even until they hit the worldwide market.
yeah.
Sure. Well, there are only so many of us.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, we're from a generation that's really bad about like, I'll wait for it to come out or I'll go illegally pirate it.
Mhm.
You know, Scott Pilgrim, first and foremost, like that movie didn't do great in box office because the amount of people that illegally downloaded it to watch it, but it is a cult favorite. So
Look, man, when they announced this movie, I was really excited for it, and I was like, I'm gonna go see it in theaters, and then I just forgot about it.
he's the
And
problem.
yeah,
I went and saw it.
So
I didn't
Logan,
buy the Krispy Kreme donuts, but I went and saw it in theaters.
so Logan, why haven't we gotten more of these? What
Well,
happened? What happened outside of the box office movies?
Saban sold it, dog. Like, soon as this movie didn't make what he wanted, he was like, I'm not going to get my Marvel level cinematic universe. He was done, and he sold it for the second time because back in the early 2000s, he sold it to Disney. And Disney bought Power Rangers because they were like, listen, we got girls cornered. We've got all these princesses at Disneyland and this and that. Girls love us. We need something for boys. So they approached Saban and they're like, we want to buy Power Rangers. And they did. And my favorite season, Wild Force, is a half and half season because Saban started that season, but Disney ended it because they acquired it. Disney did it for a few years and they really didn't know how to manage the brand. The action figure quality dipped. They did have a few actual Power Ranger appearances at Disneyland to where kids can meet. And they were like, we don't know we're doing this. And they're like, but that's fine. We can sell it and make tons of money. Nobody wanted to buy it when they tried to sell it. So Saban bought it back for less than a quarter of what he sold it for from Disney. And he had a really good renaissance with it when he bought it back. There were a lot of good seasons, amazing toy line with the Legacy toy line. And he did this movie. He put all of his money in. Not he really didn't put his money in. Other companies paid for it and everything. But he was like, I'm gonna put my name at the top of the title. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make a franchise. It didn't do what he wanted to do. He got fed up. He sold it to Hasbro, the toy rights with the option to take the show rights, and they optioned that. And now this is the first year since Power Rangers started that we don't have a new season of Power Rangers on the market because Hasbro
fumbled it.
They did. They just like Disney. They don't. It seems like the only person that knows how to handle the franchise is the guy that is not nice to the actors because he kills it with the toy lines. He kills it with marketing. And then these big companies, like when he said he was selling to Hasbro, everybody's like, well, they do transforming robots. We're good in these hands. And then they get it. And then every toy that they put out is rough. Paint application's horrible. The toys are not good transforming wise. Just keep whiffing it. And then this year they're like, we're taking the year off. They canceled all their toy lines, sold the toy rights to another toy company. And they're like, we're still going to try our Netflix show, but that's going to be in 2025 or 2026. And we still really don't know what their show's going to be. That we don't know if it's going to be, we know it's going to be with Netflix. We know that much. We don't know if it's going to be live action or animated or both. And we don't know if the live action is going to be aimed towards children, teenagers, or adults.
It's gonna be edgy also.
I mean, it honestly, could be. We don't know.
If Hasbro would just take it and they would be like, we have this great line of comics that's already written. Let's animate them. You reselling to a whole great market right
Yeah.
there.
Every company that's had it that's never animated Power Rangers is leaving money on the table.
Oh, 100%.
Because you could do all the things you want to do in the live action so much better with an animated. I mean, X-Men for a point. X-Men killed it in the 90s with the cartoon and has tried to do stuff in live action for years. And like that franchise, like a lot of people like, oh, the first X-Men movie is good. And then like the rest are like meh. But then X-Men drops the 97 Disney show and everybody's blowing it when, Marvel and DC are in like crisis and everything's getting shit on. They put this out and everybody's like, this is the best Marvel thing. Cash in on that. Animate your Power Rangers. Give us some crazy Zord fights and cartoons, some crazy Ranger fights. People would watch it. People would shell out that money, but like,
Well, and the beauty of it is you can still do live action right alongside.
yeah. Yeah, you could do a new season live action, new actors, new gimmick, and then do Power Ranger MMPR, that cash cow, do it again, but do it in a cartoon. Just watch the money come in because you're going to have new people watching it and you're going to have the adults that watched it as a kid watching it again.
Yeah.
But, people in higher up power make weird decisions. Yeah, so I don't know.
All they have to do is hire the showrunners for Avatar: The Last Airbender, and you got gold.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, it's just it is what it is. Right now, like I said, this is the weirdest place that this franchise has been in so many years. Like I said, it started out super strong, like crazy strong for a kid show, and has gone longer than any other kid show, really. And this is the first year where you can walk down a Walmart aisle and not see a single Power Ranger toy. We're supposed to have new toys on the shelves in 2025 when Playmate starts doing it. But like I said, we'll see. Meanwhile, it's going strong in Japan still.
I saw a yellow Zeo on clearance at Warsaw Walmart the other day. So
yeah, that's the only place you're going to see
on
them
the
at the
shelf.
stores now is on clearance
On the
shelves.
shelf.
And not in the main shelf, sir. That's the clearance aisle. That don't count as a main shelf. That's a shame aisle. She's sitting out there with like the He-Man toys that didn't sell and like the Lego stuff that people don't care about.
Half ripped open, missing an arm.
The Star Wars figures that people don't want. Like everybody's like, I want Mando, but I don't want Rey or Emperor Palpatine. So they're sitting right next to those. That's not a good sign. So it's in disrepair right now. So
yeah, you guys got ratings? What do you want to rate it? It's a 65 right now. Fair?
65?
65. I would say I was gonna go even 60.
Yeah, I like it. It's not
60.
the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, I'd give it. I'm with you guys. I'd give it a 60. I don't think it needs to be sitting 65. I'll give it a 60. I think it has more mass market appeal than the rest. Now, if I'm ranking it as a Ranger fan, woof. But if I'm looking at it constructively as like the people that would have went and seen this in theaters, 60 solid. It's better than some of the shit that Marvel's put out these last couple of years. Like some of those I just want to turn off halfway through. This I was like, I'll watch it from start to finish. It's fine.
Yeah. Did Billy have the sorry Bumblebee line?
No, that was Jason.
Jason.
Oh, it was
Yeah, he
Jason.
picked it up with the T extras foot and threw it, and he's like, "Sorry, Bumblebee," and just whipped it.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I would definitely say it's better than a good chunk of the Transformer movies by far. That's for sure. So they can throw that shade if they want to.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I got. That's all I got for this 3-part series.
One of these days, I'm gonna come back on here and I'm gonna make you guys watch a Sentai movie. And then we'll talk about that. And then y'all will be like, this is what they got in Japan and this is what we got in America. What the hell?
I'm in.
Yeah. So, and then we can dust off our shirts again.
Yeah, what do we retire these? Do I hang it up down here? What do I do with it? Do I wear it?
I'm still wearing mine. This shit's comfy as shit.
It is comfy. I'm gonna wear it quite a bit. So yeah. I
I'll
really
wear
do.
it to PMC.
Yeah. You better.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna send you with some stickers.
I just got I can go grab it and show it to you guys real quick. Quick small talk, Colton, and go.
Okay, well, let me tell you something right here.
I
Logan
think they
has
must have
left.
stopped flying in as much.
Yep, they did. I think I haven't seen as many termites flying around there. For those watching on the
Turn
tube,
the light on real quick.
turn the light on. Yep, that'll help you.
Boom.
Oh yeah, and we're back.
Buddy, you got your lapel mic on.
I know. Listen, I know. I just talked about bugs.
I was
I
waiting
didn't
for
talk
something
about
funny.
nothing sexy or nothing like that. So I just got in some of the prints that were given out at PMC, and check this out. That's
Oh,
my
nice.
Ranger.
That's dope.
Man, sexy.
Dang, that's a nice camera you got there. I can
Listen,
see that thing
sir.
clear as day.
Yeah, no, this is I asked Bose and Matt. I was like, I'm streaming. What camera do I need? Both of them said the same thing, and I was like, shit, they must be a good one if they both agreed on it.
Yeah.
No.
Nice poster.
Thanks.
Oh yeah.
We're handing out a bunch of stuff. I just got 200 sticker sheets in and just a bunch of shit we're handing out while we're out there. So
How much are the patches?
the patches right now, they're just on shirts, but I just had them. Patches are weird. When you send the design in, they have to be digitized to make them into a pattern, to make them into an embroidered patch. So I had to pay to get them digitized, and I've got them all being sent to me to look at them. I'm getting them in a 4-inch. And once I get them in, he was like, they could be anywhere between $6 to $10 a piece. And that's my cost. So, but either way, if you guys want any of those patches, I'll send some to y'all. No problem. No problems.
You posted those on your Instagram page, didn't you?
Yeah, I posted, I did a collaboration with my buddy Stickosaurus that makes the helmets and my artist buddy that does the art, Mighty. I posted the Dragon Zord, Pterodactyl, and Mastodon. Stick posted Sabertooth, T-Rex, and Triceratops, and Mighty posted White Lion.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So they're dope. People are liking them. We've sold a bunch of shirts already, but the main thing I'm focused on is I want those patches, but I've yet to get those samples in yet. But they'll be here, and we'll be showing them off at PMC, the whole set. So just let me know. I'll send you guys some patches.
Yeah, I mean, what you shared looked really good.
Yeah, no, Mighty kills it art-wise. He's the one that designs all my patches for my Wild Force stuff. I've got my Striking Rhino vest chilling over there to go with my stuff over here.
Nice.
Noise.
Nice. Well, Logan, we appreciate the shirts. You're coming up with the idea for them. I appreciate the Emperor and getting us our shirts and all that.
Yes. Thank you.
Yep.
And just thank you and Skylar both bringing your knowledge to a topic that Gunner and I, mostly, I don't know about Gunner, but mostly me, have not really dove into since childhood. So really appreciate you guys.
Man, you're right on that cusp of digging right back into it.
It's fun to go back and check stuff out that's not like that you're not gonna be hypercritical of. You know, you watch a season of Power Ranger and not look at it the same scope that you're looking at the newest thing that Marvel put out or Netflix put out. You just sit there and you enjoy it for what it is. And then next thing you know, you're on eBay looking at Megazords to put on your shelf, and you're like, what happened? You know?
I don't know if
It's
I get
okay.
that bad.
Also, it gives you something to watch with your kiddos, you know?
Yeah.
Because they like it. I'm here to tell you, they like it.
I know.
There's a reason why it sold so much in the first place. You know, it's bright colors, it's dinosaurs, it's cars, it's whatever. It's easy to soak up.
It is. That is true. I did re-listen back to last week's episode already about naming their punches as they throw them.
Yeah, Tommy and JDF are both really bad about that. And they actually address that in the comic books. In the comic books, him and Jason actually go to blows after Jason went on and started his own team. And they fight. And he beats the shit out of Tommy. And Tommy's like, what the hell? And he was like, you telegraph every punch and every kick that you go to do by going, Sikia! He was like, I know what's coming. He was like, there's nothing wrong with being the strong, silent type when it comes to a fight. And he just mops the floor with Tommy. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Check it out, listeners. Go watch you a season of Power Rangers.
Hell, go read the comic books, man. The comic books
Comics are good.
so good.
It's good stuff. It's a good read.
And go watch the movies we talked about the last 3 weeks. Yeah. And if you do, send us an email.
Yeah, email. What's wrong with you people?
At gmail.com. Let us know what you thought of all of it. Comics, TV, movies, everything. Love to hear from you. And like Cold said, appreciate you guys coming on, hanging out last 3
Yeah.
episodes.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Like you said, we'll have to do some Sentai. Or
some Beetleborgs. You guys want to dust off some
oh
Beetleborgs? 'Cause
man,
let me tell you,
Good.
I watched an episode of Beetleborgs with the stream the other night, and then let them watch the Japanese equivalent. Let me tell you about some whiplash, because they ain't like each other in the slightest. Everybody was like, "What the hell?"
Freaking
That's-
Beetleborgs.
Oh man, suits are great. The show is not nowhere near as rewatchable as Power Rangers. It really isn't. You got monsters and little dorks running around the whole time. It's a trip.
Makes me think of Metabots, Logan.
Listen, I have an animated cell from Metabots. I love that show. That is not for everybody, and I will admit that. That voice acting in that show, you would think you're watching a parody. Because woof. Good old Fox Kids magic, dog.
The most
Fox
racist
Kids.
little robot ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. We don't need to unbox that. We'll end up getting canceled if we start talking about Metabee.
Gunner, send us home, brother.
All right, let me get us out of here before we get canceled. The call guys get canceled.
That
Everybody,
sounds like a special episode.
the call guys get canceled. Bye, friends. No, thanks for listening to Call Guys Podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to us. You can also check us out on YouTube. Just search for the Call Guys Podcast or click the link in the description. Take you to our channel. You can watch all 115 episodes on there. Love for you to watch all of them. Just take a day. Or actually, it'd be with Beer 30 and episode 100, it'd probably be more like 5
joke.
days.
Yeah. I've got bugs and now it's thundering outside. I
we better get out
swear,
here
it's
before
bad
you-
stuff is happening here, man.
Smite me, almighty.
Apparently.
You can send us an email, callguyspodcast@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/callguyspod, Instagram at the Call Guys, and TikTok at the Call Guys Podcast. And as I mentioned earlier in the episode, go check out goldenmojoent.com, where you can find all the other podcasts, and the merch store, where you can buy your Infant Pale Ale t-shirt or cup or water bottle or tank top. And then you can go check out
Rotten Ranger design.
or Rotten Rangers. Yes. Sorry, I plug a new t-shirt and we get rid of the other one. Yes, if you're watching, you see the shirts that we're wearing that Logan had designed, and go get yourself a Rotten Rangers t-shirt and send us pictures of you wearing it.
Yeah,
Not just a shirt. We want to see people in our gear. But yeah, go check out all the other podcasts. And yeah. Appreciate it, boys.
Oh,
Of course.
Love you, brothers.
I too love you, brothers.
Love you, brothers.
You know, there's no call out for this movie. Like, they didn't even have a morpher. They sold morphers, but they didn't use a morpher in the movie. I guess Jason said it's morphin' time once,
He
where
did
he
say
stalked
it.
up to that podium and he's like, "It's morphin' time."
That was the key.
Yeah, all sexy. It's just saying morphin' time.
All right. For all those out there in podcast land, see you next time.
May the power protect you. Always.
And ancestors protect me.
Son of a bitch.
May they protect you. Do 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 do.
Soft.
The call guys.
When we were in Japan, in, I think it was Osaka. We went into one of the malls and they had a big Kamen Rider store. It was
I could-
super, super cool.
God, if I went to Japan, I would just be at all the thrift stores the whole time looking for mecha and everything. It'd break me. I
It's
want to go to that
everything.
Super
Everything's
Sentai
so
restaurant there.
so cheap over there, man. You can buy whatever you wanted and not break the bank.
Yeah, that's true. I need to
I
go
got
sometime.
4 gunplay kits over there for like $50.
Yeah, shit.
Logan's on a plane tomorrow.
Listen, sir, I've been contemplating that one forever, but the Power Morphicon has always been like the big thing. That's my San Diego Comic Con type deal.
I'm hitting you up in 2 years, bro.
Well, I'll get you a ticket, dog. I can promise you that. Joey kept trying to give me more tickets to do giveaways and stuff, and I was like, "Listen, dude, it's a pain in the ass to do giveaways, especially when it comes to tickets, because you got everybody and their brother enters, and then you message somebody like, you want it? Do you plan on going?" And they're like, "No, I can't make it out." I'm like, then why the fuck did you enter the contest? It's for a ticket to go. Shameful.
Shame.
It's one of those cons. I'm like one day I will go.
Say 2026 will be good because by then Hasbro should have out whatever they're doing show wise. But it being the 50th anniversary of Super Sentai, it's going to be big, and I bet you they'll have a bunch of the Japanese actors and everything. They're getting better at getting more and more people every year. Like this is the first time that they've gotten a lot of the Disney era actors coming from New Zealand because fans are sponsoring the shit out of them to get them over here.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
yeah, like almost all of Mystic Force has been announced so far, and we still got like 2 months of announcements. Like, and it's just like a shit ton of Rangers have already been announced. The Japanese actor for the Dragon Ranger from Jew Ranger and MMPR, it's his first time coming to the States, and he's gonna be there. And I think they made that big push for him since JDF's gone.
Right.
So
Hmm.
it'll be rad. I'm gonna take a shit ton of pictures. Anybody in a costume is taking a picture with Logan.
Are you taking your full get up?
Oh, I'm not dressing up for that thing.
No.
I've got to be at a table, and then I'm running I have my own panel, and then they're having me run the Wild Force panel, and all this other shit I gotta do. I gotta go to breakfast with all the actors, and I got a Friday night. I've got a party with all the actors too. And also I don't want that helmet to get smushed. It would break my heart. So we'll see. Well, maybe one day when I get an even better one, I'll bring the less better one with me and dress up. But